Hello there, how are you? Welcome back to How I Did It. I harvested out some of my eggplants today and I am going to show you my baked eggplant parmesan recipe. Now, I have never made this before, so here we go. Harvesting our eggplants. I'm going to make some eggplant parmesan today. So a couple of these are overripe. We'll see how they cook up. Now, when you cut these, some recipes that I had looked up said a 1/4 inch, others were calling for thinner, others were calling for thicker. I did it about 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch, and that seemed to work out pretty good. And you'll notice the difference in color, but there was no difference in flavor. I'll just give you that disclaimer right up front. Sprinkled it with a little bit of salt. I guess there's some kind of a bitter juice on the inside of these. Let it sit for an hour and then rinse the salt off so you're not over salted or over seasoned. Now set your oven for 400 and then you're going to go ahead and bread your eggplant parmesan. Now what I did was flour, egg, and the Progressive Italian breadcrumbs. I just added a heaping teaspoon of flour to, heaping teaspoon of pepper to my flour, and the same thing with the garlic salt. You can season it with whatever you like when it comes to like your Italian cooking. And I think the key I should have actually added maybe one more egg. The egg, we cut it close when I got to the end of the breading. But you want this egg really well incorporated, just because you're taking the parmesan, breading it in the flour, then bread it with the egg and then with the breadcrumbs. Now you had your eggplant parmesan or your eggplants draining. Go ahead and pat them dry with a paper towel. It just makes breading go a little bit smoother. Mixing in the flour with the garlic salt and the pepper and doing the breading. I have no clue how these different cooking shows are able to do this without messing their fingers, getting everything gummed up. But anyway, this is the last one and it'll just show you it does not go necessarily as easy and smooth as the video shows, but it still works. Even here, I just sprinkle it with the parmesan or with the breadcrumbs just to make it easier. But overall, it worked. You'll notice I had some of the eggplants left over. I went ahead and put them in a Ziploc and froze them. I know it's not fresh ground, but I've never had eggplant parmesan. And I didn't want to use the good cheese on it if it wasn't going to be something that I was going to like. Alright, so now you're just going to go ahead, set this in your oven. You're going to let it cook for 30 minutes on 400. You want to rotate flip your parmesan or eggplants about halfway through. Line your baking pan with your marinara sauce or spaghetti sauce, whatever you decide to use. Set half of your eggplants in there, little sauce on top of it, a little bit of mozzarella cheese, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and then you go ahead, this I added some Italian seasoning, and then I set the next half of the eggplant on top. Again, marinara, Parmesan cheese, a little bit of Italian seasoning, and the mozzarella. Throw it in your oven. Well, don't throw it in, but go ahead and put it in your oven. Leave it on that 400, let it cook for 20 to 30 minutes until completely tender. You're going to pull it out. Now, you probably should let this cool before you bite into it, but it was smelling so delicious. And like I said, I had never had eggplant parmesan, or I did not remember ever having eggplant parmesan, so I was pretty excited about this. And I have to tell you, it was absolutely delicious. Anyway, there you have it. Simple baked eggplant parmesan. Thanks for stopping by. You all have a wonderful and blessed day. And I'm going to go gobble this down. All right. I'll see y'all next week.